Hey everyone, Glenn Sanford here, founder of eXp Realty, and this is the Expansion Podcast where we talk about agents, their business. We interview icons, with top producing agents at eXp to share, what they're doing, what's working for them, and what you might be able to implement into your business. And today, I'm excited to chat with Robin Mann. She's a agent out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and four-time ICON agent. And welcome, Robin.
Well, thanks. I am so excited. I'm so truly so excited. Like it baffles my brain that I'm getting to sit in a one-on-one conversation with you. So yay.
Awesome. No, the feeling's mutual. So now, how long have you been in real estate now?
So I've been in real estate 9 years, and I was with a different brokerage for 1 year. I was their rookie of the year. Actually, I was only there 9 months, and I was a two full-time agent. I did a full-time 9 to 5 and real estate, and I was their rookie of the year for the biggest market center in the Southeast for that particular brokerage, one where you used to be as well. I left them after those 9 months and did Remax for 3 weeks. And then it wasn't a match.
For 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I kind of went with the gut, and it was a big no.
Okay.
So then I was with was with KW for another 4 years, where I was the top agent 40 out of 48 months, beating their teams and their agents, and was pretty much a little island. And then eXp found me, and I've been here 4 years. I'm in my 5th year now.
Awesome. And so what was it? I mean, obviously working full time and then being rookie of the year, and then producing like you did, for your 3 weeks at Remax, and then of course back to KW. But what is it that you do that gave you so much early success to be able to sort of do both at the same time? I mean, of course, the general counseling that we give to agents is you really need to do real estate full time. You can't do this and work another job and be successful. What was it that you were doing that actually made that work?
So I have a Jeep. I got to buy a Jeep. I'm getting to the answer here, but I got to buy a Jeep last year, and I attribute it to my success at eXp. And her name is Percy, which stands for perseverance. And so that's what it was. I was determined that real estate was going to happen. The other job that I was working was really a great heart job. Like I loved the work that I was doing for the world and for the people that I was doing it for. But I made $15 an hour, and I was raised by a single mom, and I saw her financial struggles, and I was determined to not be in that boat. And so when Wally, my husband, and I decided that I was going to do real estate, and we had younger kids at the time, we had a little family meeting, and I was like, I'm going all in. So, I mean, I see you much for a little bit because I'm going to be working, morning, noon, night, weekends. And thankfully, that my crew, my family, was beyond supportive, and I left. I mean, I left hard. I worked morning, lunch, evening, weekends at real estate, and I was determined. There was not a choice. It was the burn the boats moment. It was, we got to do this. And so now, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So how long did you do both jobs?
9 months. We had moved here. We knew no one. And right. I was working this job that was about an hour away from my home. And so during that hour, I would do real estate and at lunch and dinner and on the way home. And then for 9 months, I did 9 deals in 9 months. And after 9 months, I left and was able to do 26 transactions that next year. Then I got a transaction coordinator and leapt up to 52 deals a year as a solo agent. And I've not gone back from 52 deals a year on average. Like last year slowed me down a little bit, but on average, I'm still above a home a week. I like to say I've sold a home a week since 2017.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, congratulations. And you've got one assistant, no team to support you in this, other than you've got your, and does your, like, you sound pretty driven. How much is your assistant driving you versus you driving you?
I need a driver. I need a driver. I'm ready to be driving Miss Daisy. Like, I hope you have drivers because that drive you places, because I can't imagine your workload and not being driven about. But I have a transaction coordinator. I've had an assistant through the years, and I found that they weren't driven enough. And so currently, I just have a transaction coordinator and then myself. And so I'm the driver. I do want a driver. I think that's a hire that I need. That would, I'm sure you could teach me volumes about
Well, when I
hiring.
say dryer, I'm talking high D.
I'm
So,
the high D.
and okay, so you're the high D. You're
I'm a
you're
DI.
okay.
I'm a DI to the day I die. My C is lost. She's non-existent. And my S peaks out a little bit. So
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm a DI. When I first took the disc, I was only D above the line.
okay.
Uh, and then I worked on my I, but I'm still, it's DI, and then S, and then C is non-existent. So it's, yeah, hopefully nobody's watching this, from a perspective of coming after me for rules and regs, because that's
Not
those
your
are
strict stuff.
those are guidelines, right?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. So, so you've 52 deals a year average since 2017. What are you doing to generate that business? What is it that obviously you're working hard. You're bringing in the leads. How are you generating your business, and what sets you apart from other agents in the marketplace?
So I've built my business via Facebook and organic, nothing paid. Like I don't do paid Zillow, I don't do paid Realty.com or Realtor.com or any of the ones. I've never done paid. I don't do paid Facebook ads. Everything I do is organic networking. So meeting you online, getting to know you online as a human, connecting with you, and then all right, how do we bridge that into real estate? And then doing that like at a large level. So leveraging groups, leveraging networking. So during that first 9 months, when I was saying I was working in the evening, I would be on Facebook talking to other moms and talking to people that were my avatar, people that were the demographic that I was looking for, and connecting with them, being really huge parts of the community groups, like being the mayor. And I did things like if they ask about the best Italian restaurant in town, I had just moved here. I didn't know. So I would Google and I'd be like, ooh, there's 5 great reviews on this restaurant that looks really, really good. I didn't say I'd been there, but I answered everything because my goal was to have the real estate of the community page. So if there was a page that had 20,000 members on it, I wanted them always seeing Robin Mann's name, not about real estate, about the community. So I teach that. I have a 22-day challenge that I do with people, and I have a real estate call every morning that I help, and it's agnostic. I've got people from all over the nation, and they're all different brokerages. It's live on TikTok, it's live on Instagram, and then it's a Zoom call with people on it that want to discuss. But it's just about I like to say it's just about being human and connecting with people. And that's what I did. And then the big piece, which is the most simple piece, is that I put them in a database and I set a task to follow up. And then on the daily, I signed on to my database. And like people act like all this stuff is, I'm actually flabbergasted when I see these groups of 100, teams of 100, they get up there and tell their GCI. And I'm like, wow, that's split among that many people, huh?
Right. So you say you're not high C, but it sounds like you're very deliberate at follow-up on your database.
Yes. Yes. That would be the biggest level of C that I have.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and a phrase that I've used over the years, which is you have to keep your small promises to make the big deal. And so
Ooh,
I think about the database as being where you document the small promises. Hey, I'll call you in 3 months. I'll touch bases with you. I'll do this. I'll do that. That gets sort of database. That becomes your task list. And and you're really getting, really, if you think about it from a realtor perspective, you're really getting paid for doing the follow-up that you already said that you were going to do. And
right.
because the bar is set so low, generally speaking, the fact that you're actually doing what you said you're going to do automatically puts you at the top of people's lists. Does that sound fair?
That's 100%. And I love that quote. Small promises to make the big deals. Like that's legit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. Just say what you're going to do and do it.
Yeah. And so you've built this now when you think about, how you're building or built your business on Facebook. Sounds like now multiple social platforms, but it still sounds like Facebook is the primary.
Definitely.
Okay, so if let's I'm an agent anywhere, could be even Charlotte, but let's just say it's outside of your market. What would be the types of things that you would encourage them to do to get at least the lead funnel kicking in?
So this would be so Glenn, and I'm asking you this honestly, like if you have a free day, the chores are done, the house is clean, dogs are fed, the significant other is taken care of, and you have a minute, you have 4 hours where you can do whatever you want to do. What would you do?
What would I do if I had 4 hours?
And
Well, I might
everything's
go
taken
on
care of.
yeah, I might go on a walk. I might go hiking. I might go boating. I mean, well, 4 hours is probably not enough for boating, but I would probably do something there. But I'm also, I'm a video gamer.
Okay,
I've got a few things that I would, spend my time doing. Some more productive than others, but
that's awesome. I had no idea you were a video gamer. That's fun. Um, like the Atari, like the
Well, I mean, I've got the PlayStation 4 and I've got I went this will definitely date me, but back in the early 80s, 83, 84, the game that came out on the Apple II was a game called Wizardry. I think for something of the Mad Overlord. Anyway, it just got re-released on the PlayStation 4.
oh,
So I ended up playing it. Now, it's a total waste of time. It has no redeeming qualities other than it
that's
was kind of
awesome.
nostalgic. But I paid my $25 for the game and played it. And it's pretty fun. I leveled up my characters, won it in about a week's time, and then I haven't played it for a couple weeks, but
That's
that's
phenomenal.
yeah.
That's so great. So that's exactly what I would tell you. I would say, okay, what I want you to do is go find the people in our community that love video games or that love hiking or that love taking walks. Go find those people, see if they are your avatar. The first thing about the whole thing is who's your avatar? Who are we talking to? Who who do you want to reach? Like, do you have a specific demographic? Are they age group? Are they the Gen X? Are they the Gen Z? Are they millennials? Are they boomers? Who are they? And then socioeconomically, who are they? Geographically, where are they? And then go find them. And you can do leading questions to find them, like, hey guys, have you seen that? What's it called? The Wizardry? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Wizardry. Yeah.
The Wizardry is back. Have you seen it? Is anybody playing? Boom. You put that question out there in a group where you've been the mayor for the last month, and all of a sudden people see that you're not just vomiting real estate on them. You're a human that they can connect with. And they're like, oh yeah, I play that. Okay, now you have your niche. You find those people, you connect with them, you start playing video games with them online. And then you even in the second, so and you can then create a group. And then that group will lead to real estate. Same exact thing. Hey guys, I'm going to go hike over here at XYZ Park Saturday at 10. Who wants to come? Bring a dog, bring some water. We'll have a peanut butter jelly at the top of the mountain, and let's get a crew together. Now you have a sphere. So I say if you hate lead gen, when you hear the word lead gen, you're like, you're doing it wrong. You should love
Right.
lead gen.
So it's really love gen.
Love gen. Oh, I am using that.
Do, do, yeah, do the things you love to do and generate your leads from that. So, um,
Exactly.
cool. So now you were at the red company. You were also at the red, white, and blue company, but for 3 weeks. But what was it that made you choose EXP over your other choices?
So I had become an island over at the Red Company, and like I said, I was top dog 40 out of 48 months in every category, beating all the teams. And but in the same breath, I was getting my ego stroked, and I was pretty happy. I was getting my little certificate
Right.
every month. Had a big notebook full of those, and then in the same breath, I had no one to challenge me. And so I had been courted by EXP for quite a long time, and to the point where I made a video that said stop. I did a
Right.
Facebook Live, and I said, if you're talking to me about EXP, leave me alone. I don't want to do it. And that was in like December, and then that August, I met Keely at an event, Keely Tays, and she asked me to coffee, but she said she would not talk EXP. I was like, great. She also told me she was doing 25 million. I was doing 20 million at the time. And she mentioned this rev share thing where she was bringing in about 25,000 a month. And I was like, so that turned my head. So we went to coffee. She didn't mention EXP. I did. I was like, just tell me about it. Come on. Because I had not given anybody the time of day on it at all.
Right.
And so she did a great job, and then she brought me over to meet Rich, and they did just like a love fest on me, and showed me the big thing that they did that nobody else had done, and what KW didn't do and anyone had done, was they believed in me, and they saw things for me that I didn't see for myself. And so like that's what I love when I bring people here. Like I've got 65 currently in my organization. I brought over 30, and that when I like I had one particular lady, she came over. She was a teacher, and she had been turned down by several brokerages. And I was like, girl, you're going to crush it. You need to come over. She is ICON. And so like that's my joy, is when I can return the favor of what Rich and Keely gave me of helping someone see bigger than they can even imagine. Like that is the power.
Awesome. So yeah, so one of the things that you mentioned is going to lunch and not bringing up EXP. I played with this idea for a long time, which is it's just lunch, and if you ask them about their business and ask them how things are going at their other brokerage, they're actually socially obligated to ask you about your business. So even without bringing it up, they sort of have to bring it up because
Right.
you sort of it's like, hey, how are things going over there at wherever, KW or whatever, or I hear great things about the team leader over there.
Right.
And of course we're salespeople, so if we hear that, it's almost fighting words to say, well, let me tell you the real story about that team leader.
Right.
they start to sort of build the bridge just by themselves. But then eventually, it becomes a question of, well, tell me about EXP, how are things going, and it just becomes a natural conversation because it's not forced. It becomes more
Right.
natural, and then people like to join. They don't like to be sold.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that. I love it's just lunch. And that is true. Like, and that's what I teach people in this Facebook stuff too, is if you just speak to someone and say, what do you do for a living? They're going to answer. And then the next thing they're going to do socially, if they have social cues, they're going to say, what do you do for a living?
Yep.
And then, you bring in the real estate. So I love doing it with the attraction. That's awesome.
So now, you mentioned CRM. What's your CRM of choice?
So now I actually do love KV Core. I had always kept, and I use KV Core now. I always have kept Realty Juggler, which is the most basic little horrible CRM. It's
Right.
like it limps along. It does nothing. What it is a task manager. You put in the information, you write your notes, you set a task for when to follow up, and then when you sign onto your computer that day, it says you have 5 tasks. So the same thing you can do with KV Core. But I started my whole business with Realty Juggler and used Realty Juggler up until I moved to EXP and branched into KV Core. And I love KV Core.
Right. It's just migrating probably all the database and trying to set up new action plans and all that stuff is a bit of a chore. So just instead of why have one CRM when you can have two?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and I've never done the drip campaigns, so like I don't even mess with all that. I'm the most simple form of real estate I think you can do.
Are you using AI at all in your business yet?
I do. I teach AI how to use AI for all kinds of things, but most especially for creating content for social media, authentic content. Like I watch the YouTubers and the Instagrammers and the TikTokers, the top 10 reasons you should move to Charlotte. They don't create that. They don't go research. They go to AI and type it in and spits it out, and then they refigure it and make it theirs. So,
right.
Yeah. So I do. Yes, I use quite a bit of that to leverage my time.
Okay. Yeah. No. If you're not using, and now I think 4.0 is free on OpenAI, so it's like
Oh,
everybody should be using AI. So
right.
it's pretty, and obviously if you pay for it, you get some extra bells and whistles, but you can get a lot just from the free version. So everybody should be setting up their account. Of course, then we're of course feeding the OpenAI engine, but anyway,
Right.
everything's got a cost.
Exactly.
Um, so if there was one piece of advice, I mean, I think you gave some great advice already on how you built your business and social and that type of thing. But if there was one piece of advice you could give to an EXP agent, what would that be?
So I would say, well, I will say, this was something I wanted to make sure you knew and heard. One of the reasons I left the Red Company was like I was the top dog. I was the rookie of the year there for one of the biggest market centers in the Southeast. I didn't feel seen. I wasn't part of the cool kids club. Went to this next KW and was there 4 years again, 40 out of 48 months. And I did all the stuff. I plugged in. I went to the conferences. I met the people. I was still not in the cool kids club. And so in coming here, I met you. I joined like December 15th. And then in January of that year, you came to Charlotte and I met you. And that was mind blowing. And like you spoke to me, which to me was significant because here I was having been really, I thought, a big contributor and not receiving anything in terms of just recognizing that I'm a human in your company, not from you, from the other company. And I joined here in less than a month. I'm meeting the founder of the company, and then that continued. Every time I went anywhere where you were, or even Michael Valdez, I love him, love him. He knows me. And so the bottom line of that story is go get plugged in with EXP stuff, whether it's online, like just being on the Zoom calls that your groups put out, or being in the university classes, or going to events, or going to local events, or just going and meeting, putting out, hey, I want to meet with 10 EXP people to learn who's local EXP people. We have a phenomenal collegial crew here in Charlotte that helps each other, and it's unheard of the way we help each other. Like a really big dog in Waxhaw, the first day I was in with EXP, he came into the office, not affiliated with me other than he's EXP, wasn't in my upline or downline. He poured into me for about an hour. Just brilliant wisdom. So That would be my biggest advice, is to connect. Like, you can go to any brokerage and bash it. But if you go to one and you connect, like you can connect here, because I connected over there, but they didn't connect with me. People here connect with me, and then I knew that was my place. So I would say that connect, become part.
Awesome. Well, hey, I know we blacked out 30 minutes. We've used up almost all of it, and I got to get ready for my next episode that I'm going to be recording. But Robin, thank you so much for jumping on. For those of you who want to follow Robin, you can actually go to website The Robin Mann with 2 N's,
Yes.
and then obviously they can probably find you on social because you're big there. So yep. So good stuff. Thanks again for jumping on. Thanks for being with us, and thanks everyone for listening. With that,
thank you. Hey, will you do a high five?
Sure.
Give me a high five. There we go.
How do we do it? Yeah,
just like that. Cool.
There we go.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you so much and all you've done.
Okay.